everyone, welcome back to our channel.
Ashwin here.
Or मैं हूँ खुशबू. So we're a little bit closer today, having some issues with the camera, and yeah, basically it's closer.
Come closer, baby.
Up close and personal. So as you can tell from the title, today we have got the film Namastey London, and specifically the Akshay Kumar speech about India. Now, gosh, this film came out such a long time ago. I think I've seen it about 4 or 5 times. So
you're a bit old.
I know what it's referring to. But it is an amazing scene. I'm surprised we've left it this long. I think Ashwin's going to be very impressed.
No, I haven't seen it.
And a little note, जी हाँ मुझे हिंदी समझ आती है, हिंदी में बात भी कर सकती हूँ, और Ashwin तो हिंदी नहीं आती, लेकिन most of this video is in English, and the whole point is I'm giving it away, but yeah, the translation's there in that sense. So yeah.
मुझे हिंदी नहीं आता लेकिन कोशिश करूँगा. I will try, but I can't understand much. But let's go. Here we go. Oh, Rishi.
Dad, Mom, this is Charlie's Aunt Pauline and her husband, Mr. William Knott.
How do you do?
Hello. Oh, Pauline. So shocked to see your nude picture on a beach in some newspaper.
No. What she meant to say was, she's very upset with the press for what they're doing with respect to people like you. So don't. कुछ भी कह दिया चलिए तो जल्दी.
Katrina's actually getting engaged to someone else who's British in this, not him.
Cheers.
Him?
Upen Patel's actually from the UK. So.
Oh shit, I was here.
Oh, John. Jazz, this is Mr. John Pringle. He's got an old connection with your India.
John Pringle?
His great-grandfather was a high-ranking officer of the East India Company.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Oh, this
Hi.
is my fiancée, Jazz.
Jazz? Isn't that a kind of music? So when did Indians have such fancy names, Charlie?
Actually, it's short for just me.
Oh. Then Jazz must be your attempt to be one of us. That's one smart girl you got there, Charlie. And I don't blame her. She doesn't want to be known as coming from the land of snake charmers, right? Tell me, Jazz, do they still do the Indian rope trick in your country?
No, Mr. Pringle. And it's actually not just the land of snake charmers. Right, Charlie?
Yes, it's not just a land of snake charmers. It's also a land of chicken tandoori and call centres.
Obviously.
You know India's not just all that, right?
Of course,
Lead
my dear.
him.
India's not all that. Fortunately, Charlie doesn't know. But I do. Winston Churchill once said if we ever left India, it would be run by the goons. And my God, it is.
I mean, it's a bit extra.
If you just excuse me.
Certainly, my dear.
What the
Obviously it's a film, but you know there are still obviously.
मुझे बुरा लगा क्योंकि मैं इंडियन हूँ. लेकिन तुम्हें क्या हुआ? तुम्हें क्यों बुरा लगा? तुम तो ब्रिटिशर हो.
He said I'm hurt because I'm Indian, but you're
खैर
British.
छोड़ो.
Why are you hurt?
तुम कहीं की भी रहने वाली हो. रहोगी तो तुम इंडियन ही ना. चलो.
He said that wherever you go, you'll remain Indian. So.
उसके परदादा ने कोई और इंडिया देखा है. असल इंडिया की सैर करवाते हैं उसे.
Mr. Pringle, he would like to tell you something about India.
Mr.
Oh,
Pringle
really?
was
I'm
bloody awesome.
all ears.
नमस्ते. सर मेरा नाम है अर्जुन सिंह. 5000 साल पुरानी सभ्यता की वजह से हम हिंदुस्तानी सबको ऐसे ही झुक के प्रणाम करते हैं.
When we greet one another, we fold our hands in Namaste because we believe that God resides in the heart of every human being.
ऐसी सभ्यता जिसमें एक कैथलिक औरत प्रधानमंत्री की कुर्सी एक सिख के लिए छोड़ देती है और एक सिख प्रधानमंत्री पद की शपथ एक मुस्लिम राष्ट्रपति से लेता है. उस देश की बागडोर संभालने के लिए जिसमें 80% लोग हिंदू हैं.
We come from a nation where we allow a lady of Catholic origin to step aside for a Sikh to be sworn in as Prime Minister by a Muslim President to govern a nation of over 80% Hindus.
आपकी मातृभाषा अंग्रेजी पूरी दुनिया में सबसे ज्यादा हमारे ही देश में घसी जाती है. और आपको शायद ये भी नहीं पता होगा कि अंग्रेजी के ज्यादातर शब्द संस्कृत से लिए गए हैं. संस्कृत का शब्द मात्र अंग्रेजी में मदर बना, भ्रातृ बना ब्रदर, ज्यामिति बनी ज्योमेट्री और त्रिकोणमिति बनी ट्रिग्नोमेट्री.
It may also interest you to know that Many of the origins of your words come from Sanskrit. For example, Matru becomes mother, Ratra becomes brother, Geometry becomes geometry, Trigonometry becomes trigonometry.
आपको शायद ये बात दिलचस्प लगे कि हमारे यहाँ 21 भाषाओं में 5,600 अखबार और 3,500 मैगजीन छपती है, जिनको पढ़ने वालों की संख्या 12 करोड़ है। आपके देश के मुकाबले में कई ज्यादा है।
We have 5,600 newspapers, 35,000 magazines in over 21 different languages, with a combined readership of 120 million.
चांद तक पहुँच गए हम, लेकिन अब भी आप लोगों को हम हिंदुस्तानियों के हाथ में सिर्फ सांप की बीन ही नजर आती है।
We have reached the moon and back, but yet you people still feel that we have only reached as far as the Indian rope trip.
डॉक्टर्स, इंजीनियर्स और साइंटिस्ट की गिनती में जनाब हम सिर्फ 2 मुल्कों से पीछे।
We have the third largest pool in the world of doctors, engineers and scientists.
ये थी दिमाग की बात, अब करते हैं ताकत की बात। दुनिया में तीसरी सबसे बड़ी फौज हमारे यहाँ, आपके यहाँ। फिर भी मैं आपके सामने झुक के आपको प्रणाम करता हूँ, क्योंकि हम किसी को अपने आप से छोटा या कमजोर नहीं समझते। नमस्ते।
Maybe your grandfather didn't tell you that we have the third largest army in the world. And even then, I fold my hands in humility before you, because we don't believe that we are above or beneath any individual.
This scene does not get old.
कुछ और खूबियाँ भी है हमारे पास। वो सब जानने के लिए मैं मनोज कुमार की पूरब और पश्चिम की DVD आपको भेज दूंगा।
And Namaste.
That's sending DVDs of it anyway. Right, so do you know something about this scene? So I'm going to break it down and kindly listen carefully before any assumptions are made. I'm sure you'd probably say the same thing. So number one, anybody, this is a film at the end of the day, but anybody who thinks, anybody who vocally shares their views similar to Mr. Pringle definitely need to be put in their place. But likewise as well, it doesn't make it okay, I think, to respond with hate as well, if that makes sense. So what I love about this scene is just how it was done in class. And obviously the beautiful part of this scene as well is the fact that he said it in Hindi and Katrina Kaif was translating, which made it so beautiful. But yeah, for someone who says things like that, thinks like that, that is the exact response that they deserve, I think.
Actually, sitting here right now, I'm getting emotional a little bit. And I feel quite angry, quite like just sad that there are people out there that feel and think and still talk like that.
Just narrow-minded, isn't it?
Yeah, and you know, anyone who's ever experienced racism,
we're sorry.
From the bottom of my heart, I can say, you know, sorry, and just keep your head up. You know,
and we mean it for all backgrounds.
Equal. We are all, everyone is on the same level.
Yeah.
You know, but let's just go back to the scene. Let's just talk about the scene. Amazing how they've done it. And yes, as you say, the translation as well, and that added to it. Rishi Kapoor was in there. That was really nice. And I like that it was also done on the bank of the Thames. And
nice place.
Yeah, and it was just really nice how they got their message across of all of these amazing things that have come from India. There are many, many more things that they didn't mention, but obviously you can't mention all of that in one scene. But I've come to know as well, obviously I wasn't born in India, we're here in the UK, in London. But there was just so many beautiful things from India.
There are so many Indians in the UK now, isn't there?
So many Indians, and we want more. Come over.
We've got locations that it feels like you're in India, like Southall. For example, Wembley, there's certain parts. Literally, guys, if you haven't been to the UK, you have got Little India in certain parts. Yeah. But I just want to say something, actually. So the reason I'm passionate about this scene is, obviously, for this scene in particular, it is absolutely not okay for anyone to take the mick like that of India or Indians. But likewise, if we just step away from the film, it is not okay to do that to anyone. So similarly, it wouldn't be okay to put someone who's British down, if that makes sense. So in the film, in the context of the film, obviously, Mr. Pringle is absolutely wrong, and that was the answer to him. But I think what we all need to learn to do is love one another, because I don't really want to talk about negative things here, but there have been some comments that we've read on our page, and I don't want to, I mean, if someone, and I'm so sorry to say this, but if someone has a brain, is open-minded, will feel our, no, I wouldn't say pain because it doesn't bother me, but will feel our frustrations on things like this. But we get disgusting comments about us being British citizens, about us being in the UK. So just to clarify, just because there's a scene like this in a film which someone has categorically said something unacceptable towards Indian, that is wrong, and he deserved that. Outside, exactly. But it doesn't mean, guys, that you put down people like us or someone else who, do you know, I don't know how to put it into words, but basically love one another. You know, is it fair that we get, and I'm talking about like 0.1% of the time, but is it fair that we get comments and get told, oh, you know, you Britishers, this, I'm sorry, what have I done? I haven't done that. I haven't done anything.
I would say this scene, and if you haven't seen it, go to Mersal airport scene with VJ, and where he says his speech, and he finishes it with Tamil Bonzas. Now I've said that and I reiterated that. It's a really good, like, nice punching phrase. You can say blood bonds us as human beings. Doesn't matter what colour you are, what ethnicity, what anything to do with who you are. We are all the same. We are all equal.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm finding it quite hard to explain, because obviously if you're focusing on this scene in particular, then that would, I mean, I'm not going to go into it, but Ashu knows about my little stories and encounters I've had in the past where someone has actually, believe it or not, said to me, oh, why are you speaking? And, you know, my mum's mother tongue, which is Tibetan, and they're like, oh, you speak in English. I've had that before. Can you believe it? Like over 10 years ago when I was a kid. And it's just disgusting. But likewise, guys, you need to be nice. Like, you know, if you are Indian and watching this, your fellow Indians there's so many here and have settled their lives here, work here, start a family here. Fortunately, we live in a world where people do horrible things, people say horrible things, and those are the people who, I mean, I don't believe in violence or anything, but they should be put in their place, but you don't go to their level. Do you know what I mean? You rise above, and something like this where you're verbally educating them is the answer.
And they go low, we go high. But my bar came over from Gujarat, and if it wasn't for her making that decision, I would never have been born.
Yeah.
And I'm here, you know.
And she came here not speaking any English, right, as well. So, yeah, I mean, it really infuriates me when we get comments like that. But I'm sure you're probably laughing if you can understand how ridiculous that is. But yes, that's the kind of comments we've had before.
I would say as well, one more thing is, when coronavirus and all of this stuff is lifted and finally, hopefully it goes away and everyone, you know, can be safe and just get back to some kind of normality, please come over to the UK.
You will love it. I'll literally take you. I'll take you to Southall. They have like Punjabi songs blasting. They have like jalebi stalls. They have like pani puri stalls.
Please.
Like, it's honestly, you will find India here as well. But I wonder what the percentage of Indians are actually in the UK. It must be insane.
There should be more. But what I'm trying to say is, don't let films like this and scenes like this give you a perception of what London is like and what the UK is like, because we have people like us here welcoming. But also, likewise, we would love to come to India and see all of you and just be there. So, you know, vice versa, everyone is equal, everyone's allowed to travel, just explore.
I guess this is just a topic, but like I said, I'm just saying, in that scene, the guy was mean, he deserved those words, but it doesn't mean you can be mean to everyone who's from the UK.
Practice
or anything
what you
like
preach.
That.
If you didn't like that scene there and you felt anger and emotion there, do not then go out and do that to someone else. Regardless of what it is. I mean, Akshay Kumar is a very measured actor, a very composed actor, and the way he delivered that in Hindi, really, really good. I obviously understood tiny bits here and there, but I got the emotion that came across in his voice, that's saying he's proud to be Indian. And everyone who is from India, please be proud to be Indian, and I'm sure you are. You don't need me to tell you that. But yeah, just proud to be Indian, shout it out loud.
And the top comment is proud to be an Indian.
Oh, that's it. So, proud to be an Indian.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, let's not confuse what the scene's about. The scene in particular is in response to a narrow-minded man who obviously is a character in here, but it's not a green ticket. It's not a green ticket to just put any person down or anything like that. But yeah, guys.
That was a long review.
What a passionate review. Yeah.
But it shows you when a scene is that good, it really, the emotions that comes out of you, it provokes conversation, and that's what they want. The directors want that.
Yeah, and you know what, I'm going to be blunt about this. I feel like the comment section of the official clip that has been uploaded by, is it Eros? I don't know, but it's probably going to have, people take it the wrong way with this scene and put down the British people who are not Mr. Pringle.
But that is what I was trying to say, and
I
get
think
across
people
that
need to know what the fine line is. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm trying to say about that?
Yeah. Scenes like this are good because they actually out certain things that are going on in the world, but do not let it create a false perception.
Not all British people are like this.
Really good scene, really good, really, really good, I should emphasize. Yeah, that's it. There's not much more. Like, comment and subscribe, and we'll do more Akshay Kumar actually. If you want more, like this video and we'll do it. That's it. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Adios.